This is Tex Talks, and I'm Tex. Glad to see you today. Hoping that this one will get maybe a chuckle out of you. This one is a topic that came up because I was asked specific questions about grocery shopping. And I'm sure y'all have all went to the grocery store, and you may either be one of the people I'm going to refer to or one of the people who bump into one of the people I'm going to refer to. But let's put the whole mix together and see what you think. For people who are in different places than here in the US, and within the US, the rules can run differently. Generally more, you stay to the right as you walk so that two people could fit down an aisle. Just like the same thing you do when you're driving and the same thing that you do when you're on a sidewalk. Hopefully. I say hopefully, because many people do not adhere to that in many situations. Often you will be going down a grocery store aisle and traffic will be going down the right side, people will be shopping, and somebody will take a minute longer than the other person will want to go around them, just like passing in a car. They go and come back, and hopefully it goes smoothly. Sometimes it doesn't. In fact, what will usually happen is for some reason, and I can come up with lots of reasons that are not good why I think people are doing it, but somebody will put their grocery cart in the middle of the aisle. They'll walk down the middle. They won't walk on the left or the right. They walk right dead down the middle. So there's not enough room to pass them on either side. Then they will stop, leave their cart there, then go over to the aisle to get something, and then think about it. They will become a very selective shopper, contemplative. They'll read labels, they'll compare, and they'll stand there for a long time. Or my favorite one, and these are all funny to me, and you have to take it with a grain of salt and laugh. Somebody will be standing like maybe in front of the produce or cheese or whatever, there's a cooler section, or something like that. They'll have their cart in their hand and they'll be on the right-hand side, and they will have their cart way up in front of them, and they'll be looking at something over here so that they actually manage to take up 2 carts worth of distance in front of the counter, so that not only can you not shop where they're looking, but they're blocking you from shopping anywhere in front of them either. And there's plenty of other examples, people stopping, going in a grocery store and literally stopping right in the front to think about what they want to shop, blocking access and exit. Or they will meet an old friend and they'll all congregate and have a little meeting right there in front of an aisle or in a major exchange. And you can't get by. And all those things, to me, they can be aggravating, but they can also be hilarious. And so this is more about encouraging you to be able to handle it. Typically, when I know I'm not in a good place, I just simply will not go shopping during the busy times. In fact, most times I won't go shopping during the busiest of times unless I'm in the mood to people watch and it's cheaper than going on safari. Just go to a store and watch. Or sometimes I'm working on being patient, being kind and accepting of others. This is where your patience can really be tested, and this is where you learn good patience when you're going down an aisle and you see people doing that, and you have this unbelievable urge in the back of you welling up to scream, or you're sitting here going in your mind all the worst scenarios of what the person is, how rude they are, how horrible, they have no home training, they're doing this because they're self-involved, or they think they're better than everybody else, and you could come up with all these scenarios in your head. And this is when I say, here's that cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT triangle stuff coming in. You're getting upset, thinking mad thoughts, projecting your worst angers on these people. And if you take a step back and go, maybe they're being absent-minded. Maybe they don't know what they're doing. Maybe they're just not used to shopping during a busy time. Or maybe they're preoccupied. There's just so many possibilities. And every one of those could be just as equally true as all of the bad ones. And I know, some people want to stand up on their car, scream at them. And what's interesting is sometimes the people who are most aggravated about other people blocking you now are also the same people who are the most apt to run in front of you, hurry up and get in front of you and block your access so they can get what they want. And my mind will go off on them too and think, my God, do they think I'm going to take all 100 heads of lettuce and there'll be no lettuce left for them to eat? So they had to jump up there. I don't know. And I turn it into humor because it's how I can survive it. And I encourage you in your own mind to do the same thing and chuckle. Be curious and be interested in other people and what they're doing. Look, when I said going on safari, that's what I meant. Sometimes standing in a grocery store aisle and you're looking at people, it's like watching one of those wildlife shows where the lion is stalking its prey or the gazelle or moving in herds or whatever. It's a chance to see something different and it can be very aggravating if you let it. And that's why I encourage you, if it is something that aggravates you a lot, then pick your times when you go to the grocery store. And usually that's often near closing, it's much quieter. Or some places first thing in the morning when they just open. Some places it's not, because some of the people that go there first thing in the morning can be just as it will teach you patience if you can learn to accept it. If you are curious whether you have, practices in patience that you're trying to do or compassion, if you're trying to practice your deep breathing and you're looking for a situation to do that and test a stressful situation to see if you can calm yourself down, this could be a good way to test yourself. Can you go to the grocery store and put up with this? Can you deal with this? Does it aggravate you so much then that you get mad and then you take it out on other people? See, this is your test to see how well you handle things. They are the stop signs in life. And what do I mean by that? I was once told to look at a stop sign and be grateful because the sign is giving you the opportunity to stop for a second, reflect and slow down, breathe, and then move on. If you spend your whole day rushing from thing to thing, then at the end of the day, there's a lot of rushing and there's not a lot of living. And you have to take those breaks in life. You have to be able to take a moment to enjoy the life, do the things that you want to do. And you have to know how to do that, which means that everything in life you want to do that's a vacation thing, you're going to have to figure out how do you deal with the aggravation part. If you want to go to the beach, there's going to be traffic. You want to go to the movies, there's going to be a line. If there's not a line, then there's going to be a broke chair. How do you handle all these things? How do you handle the aggravations in life? This is a good test of how you deal with it. If you are one of the people who never thought about it, ask yourself now, are you being mindful when you're in the grocery store? Which means that are you aware of your surroundings and what's going on? I can sit here and think to myself, well, maybe you're preoccupied. That's why you don't notice that you're holding your cart, which is in the middle, while you look over here and shop and you've managed to block everything. But I also have to sit here and go, how dangerous is that? Because if you're so preoccupied and in your mind about what's going on here, then you're not watching your surroundings. And that's not good. You need to be aware of your surroundings, what you're doing, where you're at, what's going on. You can relax and do that, but being mindful means knowing where you're at, what you're doing, and how you're affecting your surroundings and how your surroundings are affecting you. So I really say, if you can, practice mindfulness while you're in the grocery store. Where are you? What are you doing? How are you doing it? Pay attention to how the other people are upsetting you and why they're upsetting you. And then pay attention to whether or not you're upsetting somebody else. What are these interactions that are going on? Being mindful of space and time and where you're at. Often people will rush, 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 rush. And again, I'm like, why are you rushing? If you speed up time too much and you get to the end, well, it's your choice. Is it a box or is it an urn? But that's the end. Why are you in a rush to get there? And a lot of people say, well, I got so many things I got to do. And I'm like, I get that. Are you overburdening yourself? Are you over planning your day? Are you not allowing yourself enough time? Are you under predicting how long it takes you to do things? And then you constantly find yourself having not completed everything you need. And then you always have that overwhelming feeling that you didn't do everything and you got more you need to do. That can cause health problems. That can also deplete your energy, and that can also stop you from doing things in life that you enjoy. So I always ask you, what is your end game? What is your goal? What is it you really want to accomplish? And is the behaviors you're exhibiting getting you there? See, we're getting right back to those basics of understanding mindfulness, thinking about things in a calm, reflective way, being playfully curious about what's happening in your world, and taking a second, to realize you can't accomplish everything. Have you given yourself enough time to accomplish the goals that you really need to and prioritized appropriately? Okay. And part of priorities is taking care of yourself. And part of taking care of yourself is taking care of your community and those around you. We are all one. So thinking about, am I blocking the aisle? Am I taking up so much space to get an item that nobody else can shop? Am I aware of who's around me? So if they're trying to get in, oh, please go ahead and grab what you need. It's going to take me a second to decide here. So think about it. I hope you enjoy this place that I have told you you can now go to practice your mindfulness, your self-calming ability, your anger management skills, whatever you want to call it. Okay. And good luck with that. And if you need some advice on how to do that, let me know and I'll give you some more ideas. Y'all take care and I hope you have a great day.